Welcome back, people. It is episode 19 of season 5 of the Taxi Squad podcast. You're listening to this on May 8th. We're recording it on May 7th. We've got a fair amount to get into today. Before you do anything, like it, follow it, subscribe wherever you do get your podcasts. And also make sure you call it in 312-725-2107. We got some strange and unusual topics about one baseball team that just can't stay out of the news. We have some MLB topics in a new segment regarding the MLB. Stay tuned for that. We have some NBA playoff review, NFL deadlines, and NHL playoffs. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. Kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back. It's the Taxi Squad. Yeah.
Vince.
Hey.
It's a beautiful fucking day.
It's a beautiful day, Christopher. It is
a beautiful fucking day.
It is a beautiful day. We're donning the Taxi Squad apparel again, dude. This time I get to wear the hat. Big boy, big hat welcoming here. I am on the second. I'm two left here.
Oh, of course. Is there any other way? You gotta have a big head.
You ever had a hat where you have to go on the last one and then it's just like holding on for dear life?
Yes.
It's like absolutely. in that scene from Lord of the Rings when Frodo's falling off of the mountain and then Sam has to grab him and pull him back up, you know?
I was thinking more like the movie Casino where you're rolling the dice.
Then that's the difference between you and I, you know?
I mean, I just can't get into the futuristic shit.
That's literally like medieval times.
Well, it is, but you know, then I got the spiders and the fucking volcano and then a talking eye that doesn't have a mouth.
You're like Italian mob movies. You're like Casino or like Godfather.
I've seen The Hobbit and I've seen the trilogy of the Lord of the Deal.
No, I'm just saying more out of interest. I'm not putting any blame on you. Let's not start this hot, dude. I don't want to start this hot, dude. Are you trying to get hot right now?
No, I'm not trying to get hot right now.
Don't get hot.
But what I'm saying,
we're just being hot. We're having a conversation. Don't get hot.
I don't have the patience to sit and watch this fairyland bullshit.
It's only 14 hours.
Only. How many things I can do in 14 hours? The longest film I can actually sit down and watch and like actually be into is the movie Casino. One of the top 10 greatest films of all time.
How long is that?
4 hours.
Oh, damn. So that's within Interstellar time. So that's good.
Yes, that's within. And Interstellar's another one too, right? A lot of character building. Christopher Nolan movies. Every Christopher Nolan movie is a big fucking math problem.
Yep.
That's one thing you'll learn about watch. Yes. It's like there's a timeline and there's multiple timelines. And where does McConaughey fit? Don't let me go, Merv.
Yeah.
And
Merv, don't do it, Merv. Don't do it.
And then Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Matt Damon was just a lonely guy.
Evil
so he just wanted you to come to his planet, even though he he was dead in the water. No pun intended.
It's great. It's just a great movie. But to my point is we're different, you know? If we were the same, that would be a bad podcast, but we're different. I like swords and fucking dwarfs and crazy shit.
Different.
And you like how you dance and ding dongs.
I mean, I like
all those.
I don't mind swords, right? It's not that I don't like. I don't know.
You're coming off as blatantly
have.
Anti-sword right now. I just want to let you know.
I just never been a Harry Potter guy. Try.
Yeah. It's different than Potter though. Harry Potter's weird because it's like toddlers and shit. You're like, what's going on? Like, why is this boy
on the
fighting?
Same level of just stuff I'm not into. I can't get into the futuristic shit.
Everybody doesn't like everything, man.
Even though huge Batman fan. A lot of people don't know that about me.
A lot of people don't know.
A lot of people would pen me for a Spider-Man guy, not a Marvel fan. DC, very dark, very mysterious.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But yeah,
you know,
I'm more so a Batman fan. See, that's about on the borderline of like futuristic / semi.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not a superhero man. I don't like any of that stuff.
Batman's my guy. Why do you think we're black and yellow? Come on.
Is that actually why? I didn't make the
had a little something to do with it, but
okay.
Yeah,
I like
before you know it, I want a big one on the chest. Similar to the sweatshirts. By the way, we have gear. Yep. And with that, Batman fan. Like, did you watch the Penguin series? You ain't. We talked about that.
I did. It was like a mob series, literally.
It was a mob series.
Batman doesn't show up.
Batman. And then, man, I'm so ready for the sequel. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Hey, and we're talking about black and yellow. We're donning black and yellow. And our Strange and Unusual is also about black and yellow. Who would have thunk?
So the Pirates organization has been in the news to start this MLB season hot. First and foremost, they got rid of the Roberto Clemente wall and quote where they had his little symbol in right field, considered the best right fielder maybe to ever live, died in a tragic plane crash in the late 60s, early 70s.
Like everybody did then, honestly.
Yeah, it was just kind of a sad time. You got the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, Roberto Clemente. The list goes on and on and on. Either way, they got rid of that wall for marketing because, money. And then, now they're in the news because they had a security guard fight a fan.
Yes.
And you can't make this shit up.
As much as I would love to put that on this podcast right now, we will get pulled off of YouTube. So we'll give you a synopsis based on this violent interaction between the people.
So this is from Fox News to all the Fox News dads listening to the podcast. This is like the most credible source I could find on it.
Yeah.
So they spoke to Fox News. The Pittsburgh Pirates Usher has been suspended after being seen using his belt to whip a fan during a fist fight at PNC Park on Sunday.
Yeah.
The video begins by showing the usher and the fan standing face to face in a heated argument before the staffer punches the fan in the face multiple times.
Yeah.
Just seconds later, the fan is seen spitting on the usher, who then takes off his belt and whips the fan with it multiple times like daddy's home.
Yeah.
Footage of the video was initially posted to Tik Tok. The original poster has deleted the footage, but it has been recirculated across social media because the internet never lets anything die. This guy's wearing a backpack. Immediately don't like him.
He's wearing the drawstring backpack. It's not even like it's a normal, but he's wearing like I'm going to Disneyland with my kids, and then he's going to step up to a guy 6 inches taller than him and be like, "What's up, dude?" Come on.
Yeah, this guy has Napoleon complex through the roof. And not only that, stringy backpack, like he just walked out of a fucking work conference.
Yeah.
Like, look at what I just got.
Yeah, I got it's bobblehead night at PNC. I'm gonna fight an usher.
Yeah, it's got a Pirates logo on it. And like this usher is 6'5". This guy's 5'7". And you're like, he's got a foot on you.
Yeah.
If you watch the footage of this, he's literally looking up at him.
Yeah.
Like being like, fuck you, bitch.
Real close to him. And like it was about something seemingly watching this video, it was seemingly about something that was not that big of a deal. And then
probably alcohol.
That guy had to be hammered. The other guy was already sick of him. They were face to face, way too close. I was kind of just like, someone has to de-escalate this. No one was there. His friend was just next to him watching. Security guard definitely punched first. I don't really blame him. I'm on security guard side fully right now. I'm fully on it.
I'm not.
I know he's an employee of
your job not to punch that man in the face.
Right, but like
punch that man on
sometimes
the face. He has to swing first. No.
He should get in trouble for sure. But sometimes people need to get punched in the face.
I agree. Sometimes people need to get punched in the face, but then again, be a professional, you're working, you have a job to do.
Yeah.
Right? So, following the conclusion of yesterday's game, as the final few fans were exiting the ballpark, there was a verbal altercation between the two male guests and a female food and beverage employee. Told you it was about booze. At that time, the ballpark game day employee seen in the video attempted to intervene on her behalf.
Good. That guy seemed like a dick.
Pickens told Fox News. He said, "We are aware of the unfortunate incident that occurred following the conclusion of yesterday's game between PNC Park and game day employee and a guest. The employee's behavior was entirely unacceptable, and he's been immediately suspended."
For sure.
And under current investigation. Meanwhile, to stay on the Pirates.
Yes.
So security guard suspended. Short little white dude got what he deserved.
Before we move on, though, short white dude got what he deserved, but he spits in his face and guy goes straight for the belt. It was like a 1960s dad move where he's like, young man, you're not going to get away from this. And then he starts going to Pound Town, just whipping the shit out of this guy. I can't believe he wasn't immediately, he was suspended. He wasn't
what a
fired.
move.
He wasn't even fired, he was suspended.
Please watch the footage. Like, he pulls the belt and he is like full blown Indiana Jones whipping the fuck out of this belt.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
Old short guy didn't get one punch in. He was just taking them left and right, getting whipped, all this stuff.
See, the thing is, he wasn't old. Like, he's probably our age.
That's true.
If that's old.
He seemed old. He seemed older than the security guard, for sure.
I think they're the same age, Vince, because
mano straight up.
Well, why would you get in an altercation about it? Chances are these guys were drunk. Short man thought he was big because he was drunk. And then he learned today, you know?
Quickly.
He learned today. You watch the video and you just go, he learned today.
You know, he got in the car and he called and he's like, your security guard punched me in the face. And then the video came out and it's like, well, I don't know.
The security guard, unjust for putting hands on a fan, because if he, my whole thing is, if he would have put hands on him first, go.
Completely justified. Yes.
Go full-blown Mike Tyson. But with that being the case, chances are he's going to lose his job.
Yeah, but he's suspended right now. Listen, guy deserved to get hit. Security guard shouldn't have punched him, but guy deserved to get hit. So as far as
although they were kind of like chest to chest, but little guy stepped up first to go
15 times. 15 times.
So
and then he was like, stop spitting in my face over and over again.
That's the barrier of time to go, because he chest bumped you.
Yeah.
And you were just standing there, which tall guy just stood like a statue.
Yeah.
And then just went off after he had enough. Chances are that first guy made contact first, so he actually may be in the right.
Boom.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Let's have him on the podcast.
I want
to find out who this guy is. All right. Investigative journalism.
Where'd you get the belt?
Listeners of the pod.
Do you have some really outstanding shit from your dad when you were younger where he was using the belt and then you had to use it for yourself? He did little boy this guy, and it was very funny.
Vince, do some investigative journalism on the Twitter. See if you can find him.
Okay. I might be able to.
Our next goal in this podcast: become the Jerry Springer of podcasts. Okay. So the Pirates are still in the news. So this incident came just days after another fan was severely injured. Not because a security guard beat his ass, because he was probably a little overserved.
Yeah. And
fell over the right field wall, which is 20 feet high.
Yeah, above the bullpen area. Dude. Right when I saw that, I sent that to you. I'm like, he might be dead. That guy, you know that sound when in movies and stuff when someone falls off of a building or something and then it crashes, you're like the whole body, you're like, oh God, it all just slapped together and just kissed the concrete. That's what it looked like. And then he was just he didn't move. And I was like, I think he just died.
It looked pretty bad. So Kevin Markwood, a 20-year-old, they bring this up as if it's relevant. Ex-college football player.
Yeah.
Fell more than 20 feet over PNC's Park's right field wall during a game against the Chicago Cubs the week prior.
Okay.
So you could see the fan shockingly flip over the wall because he jumped in a little fit of joy after everything he's been through since the accident that he didn't just cause by himself, because it's not like anybody pushed this guy.
Yeah, again, it's somebody
they're making him out. They're making him out to be like some fucking superhero.
They're giving him the Hamlin treatment, dude.
Yeah, honestly, like they're saying, like this guy did like 3 active tours of duty.
He died on the field.
Let me read
he
this.
landed on the field.
After everything he's been through since the accident on Wednesday night, this progress feels nothing short of miraculous, wrote the organizer Jennifer Phillips of his GoFundMe page. He still has a long road ahead of him.
Oh, that's his family member. That makes sense.
But today brought a moment of hope
Yeah.
that we've all been holding on to.
Yeah.
Amid all the chaos, the Pirates are trudging through a mediocre season at 12-25.
Yeah.
They're sitting in last place in the NL Central.
She had to bring up the current update of the Pirates.
So it's like,
granted, it's his family member. So, and what they were doing on that GoFundMe is he was, okay, joking aside, man was in critical condition coming out of it.
Man's not hot.
Man's not hot.
Man's swallow. Yeah. Man's not hot.
He was in critical condition coming out of it. He's taking steps now, I think, or something like that. Like, it was brutal. That is every limb's gonna break fall for sure.
Something's gotta break.
But also, again, like, dude, supposedly, according to people on Twitter, which is always correct and never an issue.
No, Twitter's
supposedly he was pretty sauced up and he fell off.
The video
is
crazy. He jumps up in a fit of joy and then loses his legs.
Yeah, dude.
I wish I felt more sympathy for this person, and I don't know if that makes me a bad person.
I mean, he didn't want him to die, so at least he didn't die.
I don't want him to die. You know what? Please call in and give us your thoughts on this. 312-725-2107 because
do you think
Mike wants to know if he's out of bounds on this one. Kevin Markwood, like, dude, we get it, and I know you're probably on a long road to recovery because some things are broken.
Yeah.
But you're also kind of a stooge and a clown.
He's a dumbass for doing it. It's sad that where he is right now, you really shouldn't treat him like he is a war veteran. It's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Dude, the dude jumped out of his stance.
He jumped out of his seat, literally, in a fit of joy.
That seat's been there for years. And no one's fell out of it. A Congressional Medal of Honor.
What if they give honor his seat before they put up the Clemente plaque in right field?
Yeah,
this is where this
former high school football player fell out of a chair. No, what they're gonna have to do is put a bunch of signs up there that's just like, please be careful, stand away from the railing, all that shit. It was crazy. I guess in the broadcast too, supposedly they just did a delay. They had a delay and let the pitcher just get some practice pitches in there and did not say what happened. So I said it to my brother. He's like, that's why it took so long because they can't. Same idea as a streaker. You're not going to show that on TV to let other people do the same thing. Show
nudes on TV.
Yeah, they should. It's like that one girl flashed during the Astros World Series. That was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that and then the other girl in the
Oilers
hockey playoffs.
Yeah. That was a goofy little time. But yeah, don't fall out of stands. Probably don't pick a fight with stadium security that's not drinking when you're drinking, and also don't get whipped by a belt because that's just emasculating and funny at the end of the day.
Maybe just don't go to Pirates games. I just think that's the easiest route.
PNC is a beautiful park, I've heard.
I've heard it's wonderful as well.
Go to a Pirates game, have a couple beers, eat a hot dog, watch Paul Skeens pitch, and don't be on the first row of right field, and you'll survive all of that shit. And also, just don't be a bad piece of shit. And they also survive that.
Don't be an asshole.
That's probably it. Yeah.
That's just general rules of life. Don't be an asshole. There you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
Very
strange and unusual.
Don't be an asshole. Yeah, strange, man.
Yeah, pretty strange. Call it in. Let us know what you're thinking. And then, Vince.
Yes.
You have a new segment.
Yes.
You wanna roll out to the masses.
Welcome. Okay, so we had a discussion about talking about baseball in the middle of the season is difficult.
It's tough.
For sure. It's always been that way. You're like, what are we going to talk about? There's a lot of shit going on. But what we don't do is talk about every team. We often go to one team or another, generally Chicago. And I was like, dude, I have an idea. What if we introduce a wheel? So, God damn it, We're bringing in a wheel, dude. So without
We have a wheel?
without further ado, I will pull it up if you're watching this on YouTube. We will tell you if you're not watching it on YouTube, but welcome to the MLB team wheel. Welcome to the MLB team wheel.
The MLB team wheel.
I'm going to go ahead and hit play and spin this baby.
Fuck yeah.
And we will show you what we landed on for today. Here we go. No dice, no dice. This wheel says Oakland Athletics, but we know them as
they have no home.
We know them as the Sacramento, Las Vegas, pre-Oakland A's/Athletics is what I'm calling them.
They're the Sacramento A's.
And the Oakland Athletics aren't having, or the Athletics/A's. They're not even the Athletics. That's the thing that fucking pisses me off. I can't
need to be the Athletics.
I agree.
Well, technically, if you read the standings in the MLB, they're still the Athletics.
I know, but the team changed it. But anyway, doesn't matter. The A's, who notoriously have been the worst team in baseball before the White Sox took that crown, and the Rockies for right now, they're 20-18. They're actually at a winning record right now. The A's also bring in Luis Severino, spend a little bit of money, re-sign Brett Rooker, and play in a minor league ballpark this year in Sacramento because they needed to get out of Oakland immediately because of John Fisher's stupid bitch ass. But they actually are playing pretty good. So let's talk about the Oakland Athletics. What do you like and what do you hate about the Oakland Athletics, Mike?
Well, Vince, I will say this. In a pretty loaded AL West, for them to be competing right now is kind of crazy. When I got kind of a understanding of this is going to be the game we're going to play and we're going to spin the wheel, I just kind of did a deep dive in the MLB today, and I just pretty much was looking at standings overall.
Yeah.
The Athletics in 2018 are only 3 games behind the Mariners. I wonder who said the Mariners were going to be good this season.
It's fucking May, brother. They do it every year. They do it every year. I hope it happens.
I might know something.
You might know.
So the Mariners are at the top of the AL West right now, and they're 22-14. But close behind them on their trail, is the Sacramento Athletics at 20-18.
Yeah.
And they are 7-11 at home. What's odd about all of this, they have a better record away than they do at home.
Yeah.
They're 13-7 away.
Because it's not home. They're just playing in the Sacramento Yard Dogs for the single A affiliate, whatever the hell that is. It's not.
It is a true, there are nicer spring training facilities.
Yeah. So, literally the place where they do interviews is a tent next to the stadium. They don't even have a press box or anything. It's wild.
It's great.
It's wild.
So you hope this works out for them, but it looks like they're clearly onto something, and they're really leaning into the fact that they kind of suck, but they don't. And I think they want to surprise some people.
Well, what angers me is that John Fisher, regardless of what the fans wanted, refused to put money into the team. And then the minute they go to Sacramento, he's like, let's sign some guys. Let's get Luis Severino in here. They have Gio Urshela now. Miguel Andujar just looks like the old Yankees infield at this point. And for what it's worth, they are playing pretty well, which is nice. Them having a winning record is insane. One guy, and I know you want to talk about your guy too, so I'll let you do that. I'm not going to bring him up. But one guy I want to bring up is Max Muncy. Did you follow this?
Max Muncy, there's 2 Max Muncies. I thought Max Muncy plays for the Dodgers, right?
Yeah,
but there's another Max Muncy.
He's on the Athletics.
Okay.
22-year-old second baseman Max Muncy. He was kind of tearing up the minor leagues for a while, but now he's on the team as a 2B right now. Not playing that well. 22, though, young guy. Gonna get confusing at some point. Trying to look up Max Muncy stats for a stat nerd is gonna be impossible. Doesn't look the same. Definitely way different type of hitter, but his name's Max Muncy, dude.
So I'm not too high on Max Muncy.
Why?
What I will say is, because it's just kind of like a name game thing. He's probably not going to add that much depth to their lineup.
He was good in the minors, dude.
Yeah, just because a guy's good at Colson Montgomery's allegedly very good in the minors.
He hit 383 in AAA last year.
Dude, AAA is where guys go to die. That's impressive. But
but he only played in AAA for a year and a half. He hit 383, dude.
Well, Vince, I'm looking at the active roster right now, and he's not on it. So I don't know what more to tell you.
Because he's 22. You're acting like 22-year-olds come up all the time. That is not how that works.
He's a young guy.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I'm looking at their top prospects, and this listing has tier 1, tier 2. And he's not on any of these lists, so I think that's pretty funny. He's actually tier 4. He's a shortstop, and he's coming up in AAA right now. So we'll see what happens with Max Muncy.
Yeah.
The two guys you got to pay attention to, Nick Kurtz and Jacob Wilson.
Sorry, what did you say?
Nick Kurtz.
Okay. Say it one more time.
Nick Kurtz.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Anyway, go on.
So Nick Kurtz, heading into this season, all right, was on the short list of potential number 1 overall picks in the draft.
Did you see what the Athletics made him do? Like the radio call and the TV call?
No.
They added a dash in between the names to remind the broadcasters to take a second between them saying his name.
Nick
Kurtz. Yeah, they literally did that because they didn't want to have any problems.
What's so interesting to me about Nick Kurtz is he is your prototypical first baseman.
Yeah.
Lefty.
Yep.
Can slash for power and for average. And a defensive phenom with a lefty glove at first base.
Yeah.
So he is your if you could build a first baseman, 6'6", lefty hitter, lefty glove, he is it.
He's Matt Olson.
Rangy. Yeah, Matt Olson.
They drafted another Matt Olson. Yeah, that's what they were going for.
And that's great.
Yeah.
So I look at Nick Kurtz. I'm very high on this prospect. You see why he's doing it.
Because they don't have another first baseman. They don't have another guy that's really good.
What's insane about this team, though, is that they are dog water as far as franchise decisions, but they develop talent well.
Oh, yeah.
So unlike what we're used to, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Because not only that, they're in a tough division in baseball. The Astros and the Mariners sit in the same division.
It has been tougher in the past. Also, the Rangers. Don't forget, they won 2 years ago.
Well, and that's true. So I like Nick Kurtz. I do believe that is one of the best baseball prospects at the first base position in the game today. And I do believe he has a very bright future. Yeah. Another infield prospect that you could say might be holding back Mr. Muncy from his fame or notoriety. Yes, to your point, you got Gio Urshela out here playing, what is it?
He's going to play third. No, he'll play third for them.
Okay, so you got Gio Urshela playing third. And then you got Luis Arias at second. So now Jacob Wilson, 22 years old, is now playing shortstop.
Yeah.
Acclaimed as one of the best pure hitters in the MILB last season.
Yeah.
Wilson was on unbelievable pace at the beginning of last season, hitting .438 before being sidelined for a month.
Yeah.
He spent time in AAA, was promoted to MLB for the final month and half of the year, and has posted a ridiculously high 92.2% zone of contact rate in the major leagues.
There you go. He just hits the ball when it's in the zone. And he's hitting .341 this year in 35 games. 138 at bats is enough to look at a batting average and be like, that's good. He's not going to slug crazy, but 3 home runs for the guy, hitting the ball around the field, come on now.
I like this game, Vince, because we get so caught up in our own little world,
right?
Of talking about the White Sox,
right?
Talking about the Cubs.
I know.
And I just get so burnt out on this podcast about talking to the two teams that you just get to a point with baseball. You don't even want to talk about those two teams.
Yeah, no. This is my sweet little baby brainchild where we can talk about Brent Rooker being fucking good every single year forever and no one knows who he is because they sucked so bad. You got to talk about that,
This is true. Now, some other prospects coming up that they quote tier 3. So Nick Kurtz and Jacob Wilson are tier 1 in the prospect game for them. But tier 3, if we look at position players, I'm not going to talk about pitchers because pitchers are a dime a dozen. I hate to say it, but
you're right.
Between bullpen arms and starters and all
you
that,
never know what's going to work.
Very relevant.
You want to know who's good? Mason Miller. You want to know who else is good? Luis Severino, because they did it in the majors.
But this team, man, they are stocked with outfield and infield prospects.
Yep.
Colby Thomas, 23, AAA. 2024 stat line was impressive. 513 at-bats, AA, AAA. Thomas slashed 277, 342, and 563 with 31 home runs and 92 RBIs.
Boom.
Dog.
Henry
Bolt, the ace second-round pick in 2022 from Palo Alto High School in California, split time
high school
between
pick.
High A and Double A. 2024, the 20-year-old has posted some very impressive numbers across both levels, swatting 15 homers, knocking in 73, and stealing 46 bags.
Damn.
Totaling 218 total bases.
What a beast.
Insane. Playing in the Arizona Fall League. And then you get to more and more outfield talent. Like, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Denzel Clark.
Well, that's what happens when you're fucking they've been really bad for so long. Think about how bad they've been.
But I'm so jealous. They have all this outfield talent.
The last time they were good, they had Liam Hendricks coming up. Worked out for them. They had Sean Murphy behind the dish, who was the number one prospect coming up. They had Matt Chapman at third. They had Matt Olson in the corner. Like, they had guys on that fucking team. They were balling. And then all of them had to get traded because Fisher, little mean, dumb bitch ass, decided to not pay any of the players and essentially force their way out of Oakland to go somewhere that doesn't want a baseball team. Vegas still doesn't want a baseball team. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Vegas wants nothing to do with this. Hey, maybe we get another baseball team in Chicago. Could be cool.
No shot.
Here's another one. He has the best nickname I've ever seen in baseball.
Okay.
His name is Tommy White, a.k.a. Tommy Tanks. Third base prospect, high single A. Tommy Tanks delivered one of the most dramatic home runs in college World Series history.
What team?
All about the bat. I believe LSU. With near bottom of the scale speed and an average arm, the A's have allowed him to start a career at third base, but the chances are slim. He's a future of more likely a DH, which will put pressure on him in the box, but he brings.
Oh yeah, this guy's a hoss, dude. Absolutely.
Did he play at LSU?
He played at LSU, correct.
Okay.
He hit 24 homers at LSU. Yeah, this guy
looking like Jakey Burgers.
He hits for average too, but yeah, the below speed thing makes a lot of sense.
And then so those are your position players and their tier 3 prospects via the Athletics top 50 prospects and prospects1500.com. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Tier 4 is Max Muncy.
Yeah.
He's the top of their top 10 and
ranked
at 9.
Young man, Max Muncy.
There's our deep dive on the Athletics.
And also they're getting, they have 2 pitchers that are throwing under 4 ERA. JP Sears right now has 7 games started, 2.93. He's a 29-year-old, so he'll be on the team hopefully for a little bit longer. They're building something over there. And once they get to Vegas, it'll be very cool. It's one of those owners, man. It's like the 2 brothers that own the Rockies, Jerry Reinsdorf and him, and the Florida Marlins. There's just teams where you're like, fuck you, figure it out. At least the Guardians figured out their staff to get guys to play well. But this is another team where it's just you don't even have a fan base anymore, and you're still just now you're finally starting to try again because you have to rebuild one. So it just annoys me. But they have the opportunity to be good. Also, elite jerseys. Maybe my favorite in the MLB. Love the elephant.
Jerseys. The elephant is elite.
Oh yeah, their mascot. Yeah,
their mascot's the elephant is it. Their literal logo is the elephant.
Yeah. Well, really, the A? Oh, it's like the Alabama A.
Yeah, go look at it. It's an elephant.
Okay.
Technically, they have a elephant, and if you go OG Athletics hats, you can find
the elephant. Yes,
you can find the elephant on a hat, which is kind of sick for a new era hat.
The green hat with the white is just so clean. The Kelly green athletic jerseys are so clean. It's just you want to see them in postseason baseball at some point.
Well, they might have a chance to make a wild card this year, Vince. Depending on how this whole
so they can
AL
have professional
battles.
Games in a minor league stadium. Come on. Miss me with that.
Vince, what's insane to think about is that they have a better record than the highly thought of formerly leading the AL East, Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, they're not very good this year, and it's really pissing me off.
They're
the White Sox.
21.
They're the White Sox.
And they
They're
have
just doing
Adley
what the White Sox
Rushman.
did. I know. And Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Ollie. Like, they have guys, dude, across the whole field, and they're pulling a White Sox, and it sucks, and I feel bad.
Do you think Gunnar Henderson stays with them long term, or do you think he tries free agency?
Depends on if they're bad. Like, usually when there's a situation like this, it's like there's something going on behind the scenes that's not ideal. Just like the White Sox, where you're like, a lot of these guys are supposed to be good, and they all ended up not being good because of the lack of like coach support and all of the back end stuff. Like, maybe the Orioles are doing the same thing. You got to get a Ripken back in that building. I think that's what you got to do.
Yeah. It's kind of bad
It's frustrating.
to see. You hate to see
it's stupid.
Tweety. Now, what's also kind of frustrating, if you go to the AL Central, like there is a 3-way tie right now for first place, basically.
Yes.
Between the Royals, Guardians, and Tigers. And we both said, look out for the Tigers. They got that magic right now, former White Sox announcers.
Yeah, man.
Right?
They're good.
Right?
They will be good.
Yeah.
That was a straight up Vince called that shit. I still believe that they're going to make the playoffs again this year.
See, if Vince calls it, it's right. If Mike calls it, it's wrong.
No, because you literally told me that the Tigers aren't winning the division. You literally said
no.
That to me. You can go back and listen to that.
I said the Mariners are going to be really fucking good and most likely win the West.
And then I said they'll probably lose at the end of the year because that's what the Mariners do. And then I said I'll take the Tigers in the division, and you said no way, it's going to be the Royals, maybe the Guardians. Is what you said.
Well, there's still a lot of baseball left to play.
Bet it. No,
still a lot of baseball left to play.
Now that's the argument.
Once again, we're 35 games in. Let's not hit the panic button too quick.
PCA
The White Sox could still win the division.
PCA is going to be an all-star.
PCA, fun fact, his mother, and we're talking about Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yes.
His mother played the mother in the famous movie made in the 90s, of course, by the name of Little Big League, which documents
your mother. No way.
Your mother. Say hello to your mother for me.
That's wild.
So his mom played the mom in Little Big League.
Really?
If you've ever seen the movie Little Big League,
it
is about a grandson of the owner of the Minnesota Twins, who's a baseball savant, and he becomes the manager of the Twins, and he leads them to a playoff berth.
Oh, Ashley Crow.
See?
Oh, that's sick.
Yes. So there's your fun baseball fact. I love what Pete Crow Armstrong is doing.
He's
Cubs
good, man. They're good, man.
They tried to extend him for like 6 years, a la the Chicago White Sox, Jerry Ricketts out there on the north side.
Yeah, get out there quickly.
They tried to extend him. It was like 6 years, $75 million. He said, keep it. I'm betting.
Yeah, he said, kiss my ace. And he's smart because he has people in his corner that understand that he's going to be good. But he's even playing beyond his ability right now, which is sick. I just, not a Cubs fan. Don't really care what they do. But watching individual players like that, like I want to see that guy play well. He's
40-1 right now in MVP voting.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast, dude.
Pretty cool.
He's hitting 264 right now. He's got 12 stolen bases and 9 home runs as a 23-year-old at center field for the Cubs. He's a monster.
You love to see it.
Yeah, sick.
You love to see young talent progress, even though I do not believe they're going to re-sign Tucker, nor do I
know. I feel bad for people, honestly, because it's like, it makes sense. He makes sense.
I know your team is doing really well right now, but the Terry Francona thing, every Terry Francona team just sits at second or third place all season long.
Yeah.
And then something happens after the All-Star break where they go,
very well,
turn it on, and they just roll. So don't be surprised if a Francona team, the Reds, make a run for this division.
Hey, Mikey Predictions is going crazy right now, going 19-19 though. Cardinals are still in it. You did call the Cardinals.
I know this game.
Okay.
The Cub fan delusion is adorable, and I love
dude,
my
Cubs,
people.
The Cubs are the most talented team in that division. Are they going to win it? Is a whole different question.
Very talented.
Yeah.
Will not dispute that. Even though Imanaga is
Imanaga.
Yeah, he's hurt right now with a hamstring, I believe.
Yeah, and Justin Seal went out for the year, so like they have hard time pitching. You know what's cool about
they're gonna have to make a deal for somebody.
Yeah,
if they're gonna be in it, and I don't think they have. I think the Ricketts are like, here's our budget.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I literally saw a video about the Cubs the other day where it's like the Cubs are the most exciting team in baseball to watch because they will score runs and they will get hits, but the game is never over but when the bullpen comes in, they're gonna give up 6 and it's gonna be a tie ball game in the 9th. Like that's literally the Cubs' MO this year. They have no bullpen and all offensive firepower, which is fun to watch, but annoying as a fan.
They're beating good teams.
Yeah.
They really are.
They did also stockpile good teams at the beginning of the year. A lot of their games are against good teams.
And that's great, but you look at the teams that they've played. They've played the Diamondbacks, not a slouch playing the ALS. Dodgers twice. They're playing the Giants now.
Yeah.
So you look at it, this is a tough division. They just got done with a series against the Brewers. It's a tough division. And it's not going to be anything to shake a stick at as you get closer to August. So we got a lot of baseball to talk about. I'm excited for the wheel next week.
Dude, yeah. Let's see what the wheel brings us next week, dude.
That was fun. Good
was
call.
Fun. Oh, dude.
Fun.
Oh, dude, me? I had a blast in there. I don't know about you, dude. I had a
blast in the wheel.
I had such a good time, dude. I'm so happy we could do that together.
Get in the wheel. Get in the wheel and let us know your thoughts.
Yeah. Do you like it? Do you want to call it? Are you an Athletics fan? I doubt it. But if you're an Athletics fan, call it. There is playoffs going on right now, Mike. And Mikey basketball is in the building now. I'm getting texts from the kid like, hey, you seen what's going Draymond Green scoring right now. Buddy Hield's electric. I'm like, let's go, Mikey basketball. Welcome.
I told everybody on this podcast I pay attention in the playoffs. And
Water's fine. Water's fine, dude. We're watching basketball right now. So we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. A couple things ended. The Warriors beat the Rockets. I think we kind of felt like that was going to happen. Game 7 was kind of crazy.
It was nuts.
Kind of crazy. I heard something. I forgot who said it, but they were like, it would be cool if, like, when you beat a team, you get to draft one player off the team. So, like, the Warriors beat the Rockets, and then they're like, give me, like, Amen Thompson because he's a dog. That'd be so fun.
That's the problem, though. Like, at the end of each season, if you won the championship, you would get to pick, like, imagine, like,
well, no, they would go back to their team at the end of the year.
Oh, so you got to, like, pick, like, Tyrese Halliburton to be on, like, for example, if, you know, the Cavs pick off the Pacers, which is not looking so hot right now.
Not great yet, yeah.
We want Halliburton.
Yeah.
Put Halliburton on the Celtics with, you know, that tribe.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Or you get like the Thunder, just like they win and they're like, give me Jokic. You can't beat him.
No, it would be unstoppable.
Or the Timberwolves beat the Warriors and they're like, give me Steph Curry. That would be crazy.
I don't know if you want Steph right now.
Or yeah. Well, definitely not now. But we'll get into it. Let's start in the East then. Right now we got the Knicks and the Celtics going. Overtime loss for the Celtics in game 1. By the way, first time since 1991 that all road teams won the first game of the second round.
Jalen fucking Brunson.
He's a beast. He's the most clutch player in the playoffs left. He's the most clutch player. If you have 2 seconds left on the clock and you need to get somebody a ball, you're giving it to Jalen Brunson. He's just a buzzer beater king right now. I would like to talk about the Celtics, though, with this because the Celtics were obviously the favorite. They won last year. The Celtics, in the second quarter, shot 1 2-point attempt. The rest of the quarter, they shot only threes the entire time. The team for the game went 15 for 60 from 3, including Jason Tatum going 4 for 15 and Jaylen Brown going 1 for 10 in the game.
Well, in the fourth quarter, they were just like, fuck it, 3.
Yeah.
It was like there was zero game plan.
It was huck it and chuck it over and over again. And the game's going on right now. So game 2 will be over by the time this is posted. They are up 14 right now. So some shit is different. You got Mitchell Robinson at the line. That can't work. But like
game 1, the Celtics were also up by
they were in it.
14 going
they were
in.
Really in it. Yeah.
They were fucking them up going into the fourth quarter, and then the Celtics came back.
No lead.
Knicks came back.
No lead is safe in the NBA this year. There's been so many games in the playoffs where like a team's up 20 and you're like, that can just snap your fingers. It's right back to a normal like 2-point game.
That's been the fun part of this playoff series, plural, all of them, East and West. You do see that being the common theme. And it's exciting to watch. I really enjoy that a team's never really out of it. Like last night even, or Tuesday night when you saw Golden State play the Timberwolves. I mean, they were down 20 at one point, and Anthony Edwards just came and brought him back single-handedly. So.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is a fucking dog too. I love Josh Hart so much. He's 6'4". He's playing power forward, and he's averaging like 10 rebounds a game. I truly believe, like, if you go back and look at Lakers draft choices, like back in the day and where guys went, like they had Josh Hart, they had D'Angelo Russell, they had Brandon Ingram. I was talking to my brother about this where it was like, oh shit, and they got like they're like the patron saints of drafting guys and then dumping them for older guys. They like love doing that
because they want to win now.
Yeah.
They don't want to wait. They want to win now. They don't want to groom talent. They want to buy the talent.
But also Josh Hart he needed
time before.
Yeah, for sure. But even so, like there was a couple guys there, like even the Powell trade and trying to get Chris Paul and all that. But Josh Hart is sick because he just needed a coach that was like, I'm going to let you be a dog right now. He's like, I'm going to play you at power forward and you just got to get in there and do it. And he does it, man. Something about this team, they're very exciting. They don't seem tired yet, which is huge. They obviously have a pretty decent rotation, but you know,
Josh Hart right now, I just looked at the stat line, has 21 points this game.
Dog. That's what I'm saying. He's just fun to watch, man. He's always due to like do something fun.
Do you believe the zestiness of Cat is going to keep them out of the Eastern Conference Finals?
I don't know. There was a screenshot last night that was rough. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, he was like backing up when I think Jaylen Brown was driving the lane, and then he's like hands down, like, "Oh, don't touch me."
He's got like T-Rex arms, like I can't get fouled.
Visually bad, like.
Not
I don't
tonight.
know. I feel like he's kind of leaning into it a little bit, but whatever. He's a fucking good basketball player, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Is he? Do we got confirmed? Does he have kids? Is he married? I mean, I don't care either way.
He's not married, but he's dating Jordan Woods, who's a certified baddie. Certified.
Okay.
A1, very hot. Used to be like best friends with Kylie Jenner back in the day.
Oh, that one.
That
one.
Yeah, she's hot.
Allegedly cheated with Travis Scott, right? That wasn't that like a fake?
I think so.
For a while, yeah.
But yeah, he's doing all right for himself. It seems like so. He's probably not too worried about what two chubby Italians from Chicago think about him, which I wouldn't even.
Hey, oh. Take it easy.
All right, you wanna just like suck off Halliburton for the next 20 minutes because that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Tyrese Halliburton's fucking dog.
He's so cool, dude. He's the man.
He's like, so good at basketball.
The thing is like, okay, so game 1, Cavaliers versus Pacers. Halliburton obviously won that last series for them. His dad, Giannis, that whole thing. Again,
he might single-handedly will this team to an Eastern Conference Finals. What's going to happen after that? I don't know.
They got Aaron Nesmith, man. And Aaron Nesmith went psycho last night. I mean, 36 in the fourth, held the Cavaliers to 21. The coach after says the Cavaliers are completely they were just tired at the end of the game. They were out of gas. And then you look at the rotation and they played like everybody on their roster. It's like, how the hell are you out of gas at that point? Kenny Atkinson, that's his name. But I think I figured out what it was. But I do want to give some shine on what seemingly everybody is like, hey, the Pacers are not that good. Mind you, the Pacers were almost in it last year. They almost made it all the way last year. Like, they are a good team. And I just
Pacers have always been, I feel like over the past 30 years, the Pacers have always been that team that's on the cusp of something, but never can get over the hump. Because when they were with Reggie, then you had to go play either the Rockets or then you either had to go play the Bulls or
they went Jordan and then it was just like Kobe and Shaq and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what
good luck.
Supposed to do? And then like the Spurs when Tim Duncan came in, it's like, this is impossible. And then you think of Paul George before his injury, an older Danny Granger, but regardless, Danny Granger, Lance Stevenson was a dog then, and Roy Hibbert. That was a squad too.
Danny Granger, Tyler Harbaugh. I mean,
Hansborough.
What was it? Hansborough. There's
he's a Harbaugh brother.
He's a Harbaugh brother. Hansborough.
Jim and Tyler.
There we go. But Danny Granger, dude, 2K Danny Granger,
great.
Elite.
Yeah.
You would buy
shooter.
2K. You would buy 2K and just trade for Danny Granger.
That's what Danny Granger and Gerald Green. And Gerald Green would just go up and dunk on fools, and then Danny Granger would be able to shoot and play defense, and he's 6'9". It was dummy. But watching the Cavs, and people are saying this too, it's like the one guy you can't blame for this loss is Donovan Mitchell because he put up 48 points for them, which I would like to agree with, but I did some research because I'm a nerd. Do you understand the stat of usage rate, Mike?
So he's possessing the ball essentially 90% of the time.
How often are you the main focus of a play? Right. So if you're going to get the ball, if we're playing pick and rolls for you the whole time, Donovan Mitchell was 7th in the league this year on usage rate, behind like Jokic, who's a big assist guy, or Giannis, who's a big assist guy, where he has the ball in his hands and he assists to his guys. Donovan Mitchell had a 31% usage rate for the year, again, 7th. He had a 30%, I think, last night of usage rate, giving him that 48 points. And you look at the rest of the team, like Ty Jerome should not be playing 28 minutes for a competitive playoff game. Like, clearly they're missing, remind me. What the hell am I thinking of? Darius Garland. Clearly he's not playing right now.
I was about to say, where is Darius Garland?
He's not
That was
playing
my
right
next
now.
question.
Yeah,
I'm looking at stat lines. I'm like, where's Darius Garland? Where's Darius Garland? So
he is
clearly
not
Darius
right now,
Garland
which would help.
Sprained toe.
Yes. So,
interesting.
Yeah, game 2, they're going to miss Garland and they're going to miss Evan Mobley for that game. So those are their two
when you're
young guys, which you need.
Some of your ball dominant guys who let you play at the pace you want to play at. It's difficult to be missing that. So it's not a surprise that these past 2 games, Donovan Mitchell's been doing it.
But with them all season, he's still doing it. It just works out a little better when Mobley and Darius Garland are there.
Well, when you can kick out and you have guys that are real other than Max Strus. By the way, did you see Max Strus fly?
Yes.
Max Strus can fucking fly, dude.
This is the #1 Max Strus podcast on the internet.
DePaul guy forever. Can fly.
Yeah.
He might
DePaul
be a
University grad.
Can fly.
Max Strus, dude. Yeah, he's a demon because he can fly, dude.
We are a fan of Max Strus on this podcast.
If you're talking post-2000, you're talking Quentin Richardson and Max Strus are the boys. And Wilson Chandler. That's my
Wilson Chandler's legend.
Dog. Yeah. But yeah, so ideally they get those 2 guys back and then they make it like more of a series. But, at the end of the day, they're down 2 guys and they're still only losing by 1 in a game. It's just another situation where, actually, no, they're down 2 now. Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana
by 2. Up 2 now.
Halliburton just calling game with the final seconds, getting his own rebound.
Another clutch guy. You need him.
Absolute, just ice in the veins, Kobe era type, just dogging.
I think he took so you know how they did the player survey this year of most overrated player in the league?
Yeah.
And it was him.
Oh,
and I think he took that shit to heart. He's like, come on. If I'm so overrated, come get me, dude. Yeah, what are we doing here?
That's very MJ. I took that personally.
Yeah, 100%. So Indiana's up 2 now in the series.
Game's on Friday.
Yeah.
So it'll be happening the day after this podcast drops. So be sure you check out that game because playoff basketball's fun. Now let's jump to the West. Let's jump to the West.
Yeah.
Thunder hosted the Nuggets for game 1 of the Western Conference semis. And it looked like the Thunder, being up 20 at the half, we're going to just walk away with this.
Yeah.
You had this whole team just running, playing great defense. Caruso outdoing Caruso.
Beast.
I love Caruso.
Yeah.
And then who's there? His name always slips me.
The Thunder? Lou Dort?
No.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I didn't know he played for the Clippers. I didn't know he played for Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know how he ended up on the Thunder?
No.
Kawhi Leonard wanted Paul George. Imagine Kawhi
What
Leonard
an
and Shea
awful take.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Imagine that instead of Paul George.
It's like the two subtypes of each other, basically.
Unbelievable.
It would have been like two of each of the same person.
The Clippers would literally be in this round if they had Shea instead of Paul George. Because Paul George is on the Sixers now. Like, it's just funny to me, revisionist. And I knew when that trade happened, I was like, this is stupid because Paul George was not the same after his injury. But whatever. Kawhi gets what Kawhi wants. Thunder, a lot of people are talking, hey, they're young, man. Yeah, dude, they're young. And eventually contracts go away and eventually guys go to different teams.
Anymore,
you can't.
Man.
Last year was the we're young.
Too.
Yeah, last year was the we're young.
Last year, we are young.
That's right.
That's right.
They won the conference last year.
Yeah, why are they becoming the millennial burger bar of the NBA? Like, what the fuck is happening here?
And for what it's worth, only one game. They can go back. They're playing today, right now. There's a good chance that it's 1-1 after this once this podcast is up because they're playing in 20 minutes. So clearly, it's
Alexander had like 30 points.
Stop calling him.
That's his name.
Have you seen that picture?
That's his name.
You seen that picture where they put Shane Gillis on him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's Shane Gilgeous-Alexander. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's
I wish
great.
I could do a Shane Gillis impression. Be like, right?
Yeah, right. Right.
That's
that fucking sucks.
that fucking sucks. Indianapolis Jones over here.
The thing, like, Jokic is literally coaching the team at this point. He goes 42-22.
He is. He is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's basically like in the line, like in the huddle, just like, fuck you, coach.
Yeah.
Okay,
you do this,
here's what we do.
This.
You go here. You do this. You do that.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of sick. Christian Braun's good. Russell Westbrook had some good minutes there. You know, you got to expect
calling game though. Of all people,
who's
the guy's name?
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon calling.
Yeah, that three was ballsy.
Of all people, you were like him, and he drains it. I'm like, okay.
He also, I mean, he did have that slam dunk like buzzer beater too. So and when they won the championship, he was going crazy on defense. So I think Aaron Gordon might be like the ace in the hole, like the X factor guy that they need. Michael Porter with almost a Tony Snell stat line, 24 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Not going to work out for the rest of this year, but this is going to be a case where you need Chet to come through and really play defense and make his free throws, because if he did, they would have won
none of
the
those
game.
things.
Yeah,
that's my point. If he would have got back on ball after he missed those 2 free throws that would have iced the game with 7 seconds left, he would have been fine to probably block Aaron Gordon, but he was chasing him down because he was clearly, I don't know, exhausted or what.
Yeah.
But they don't have the same defensive prowess as Caruso, because I think Caruso had like 7 steals. That game.
Yeah. They're born and bred on their D. Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, all that shit. You got to go back and do it, even if you're Chet Holmgren. I believe. So let's do a prediction of what already happened technically when this gets posted. I think the Thunder are going to win this game. I think Chet Holmgren is going to have a better game, and I think they're probably going to win by like 5+. Because I think this is like we need to come through, and this is like we've reassessed what we're looking at. I think Dagnolt's the coach. He's going to say like, hey, this is what the fuck we got to do. Jokic is still going to go crazy, but I think the Thunder win this game and tie it up.
I believe the Thunder are pulling a Celtics in this game. Wednesday night, I think the Celtics and the Thunder tie the series 1-1, and now they're going to go to the opposing team's arena and play game 3.
Yeah, and you hope to pull one there to the opposing team's arena too. So there's could be good. We'll see what happens. You really don't want to put yourself in a down 2 situation like the Cavs have. Now let's talk about one of the more interesting matchups. I mean, all these are interesting. All these are very exciting. Like I will watch any of these games now, which is great. It's not like when the Grizzlies are playing the Thunder and you're like, what the fuck is this? Or like with the Heat just getting absolutely shit on by the Cavs. Like that was stupid.
Well, I feel like to stay on this series, I feel like the Thunder got a little cocky in the 4th quarter. And then out of nowhere, the Nuggets pulled a lead on you for the first time since the 1st quarter.
Yeah.
Which
you know
is
what the Grizzlies don't have is Nikola fucking Jokic.
Yes.
You can't.
And calling plays. And once again, just pulling up from 30, just no problem. So,
Tomahawk.
you're like, huh?
He's the best player in the league.
It makes no sense. The man is just bananas at how good at basketball he is.
He's just the best player in the league. That's all it is, man.
Give me vodka, let me race horse.
All right, let's talk about the Warriors. Golden State leads. Golden State wins on Buddy Hield going crazy mode.
Buddy Hield,
Draymond scoring in the 20s, and Steph Curry getting a hamstring strain, which means he is not playing today when this is posted. So the game's on Thursday. He's not playing tonight. But do they need him?
Lock in Buddy Hield on the over of whatever his points are going to be.
And
you got to
Jay
lock
Butts,
in
dude.
on that.
And Jay Butts has to score.
Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is my favorite player in basketball today. I love Jimmy Butler being motivated in playing the game the way he does. It's old school. It's real. It's great. I love it.
He's a caged dog. He's just a caged dog, and you're like, let me out. I'm gonna fuck shit up.
And I just sit there, and I just like the Bulls. You had him,
I know.
And if you would have given him everything you wanted, you'd probably be competing right now. But you didn't do that.
I know, but also he's Jimmy Butler, and he's not staying in a place for 15 years.
That's not true. If you say, Jimmy, here's the keys. What do you want?
Yes, it is.
He's an egomaniac. He'd love that.
Yeah, he wanted to be the king everywhere, so I guess, but like
we shipped him off. He said he wanted to stay.
He was the king in Miami. He didn't like it very much anymore.
He just said, I want to be coached by Tibbs. And they were like, well, we're getting rid of him. And he's like, well, fuck it. Get rid of me.
Yeah. And then he goes to what did he go to after the Bulls? Who did we trade him to?
We traded him to Minnesota,
and then
Zach LaVine.
He started fighting fucking Cat and all of them, and then went to the 76ers, and then went to the Heat, and now he's on the Warriors. Like I can't believe that a personality like that would stay with the Bulls for his entire career. There's just no way.
If you would have built the team around him, he would have stayed. I
don't know.
One day, Vince, we will have Jimmy on this pod. I'll be like, Jimmy, would you have stayed? And I bet you he'd agree with me.
Okay. So, I don't know.
There you
about
go.
That.
There you
I
go.
don't know about
there
that.
You go.
He probably would say, I wouldn't trade my life for anything. Also, fuck Marquette, dude.
You're hating on Marquette.
Dude, there were rivals, bro. You can't be liking Marquette. It's crazy, bro.
All right, let's get back to this game. So
Steph, injured. Buddy Hield. Draymond Green.
Doesn't matter.
I don't give a fuck. We're gonna win this game anyway.
Draymond Green was 3 for 4 in the first half beyond the arc, and you're like, Draymond Green has 14 points before the half? What are we doing?
And then the second half, he scored 4 points.
Well,
like, I did my scoring already.
In the second half, it was so funny. He got like cocky. They were like setting him up for shots. He was like 30 feet out. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah,
it was like,
launch.
Short,
backpack shot. Like it looked like he had a backpack on.
like Mike trying to hit a half court, you know?
Yeah. We did play basketball in Arizona, and it was a sight to be seen from all angles.
Yeah, let's put it this way. My wife is better than both of us at basketball.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, that's kind of sick.
My shot was coming back at the end there, though. I was getting it slowly.
Yeah. Now, if there was somebody that was playing defense against us, no chance. No chance.
Yeah.
Brick.
I'm a bricklayer at that point.
Yeah.
On the other end, you're in another situation where you need Rudy Gobert to do his jab. 9 for 11, bad number combination for that. Defense, okay, but you can't score 88 points to beat the Warriors. Jimmy Butler has fueled the Warriors in a different way. Like we were saying, like their seed wasn't necessarily accurate to who they were because of that trade. You need Ant to score 30 plus every single game if you're going to win. You just kind of need it.
There's no doubt. You need him, and you need Gobert to play like he did that final game against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Every night. Rudy Gobert needs to realize that, like, wait a minute. I'm one of the largest human beings on the court. I can move around. There is no matchup that the Warriors have against Rudy Gobert. By the way.
They don't. They're
Zero.
small. But it's like Rudy against anybody that's like tenacious is the same as like James Harden in a Game 7, which we weren't able to talk about. James Harden did another James Harden Game 7. That was fun.
James Harden. Hey, there's two
radio
constants in
silent.
life. Three constants in life: death, taxes, James Harden not showing up in a game 7.
Yeah, his stat line is often a wedding date. 3-7. That's it. That's all he's doing. 3-7, 320. It's going to be on 320, dude. It's on 6.
A wedding date.
It's on 624.
Great,
yeah, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Congratulations. Yeah, they're not as deep as they were. They don't have Cat that they can lean on anymore. You need Anthony Edwards to go. You need Mike Conley to score a little bit. Dante can get in there and score a little bit, but the Warriors are good at defense, and you need to be able to get it down low. You just need to.
I was thinking about this on Tuesday night watching this game. I was thinking to myself, man, I was like, man, Dante DiVincenzo isn't shit without Tibbs. Like, he's really not. He's okay.
He was fucking good last round, though. He was good last round. I don't think
Ant needs to be more ball dominant. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what the game plan was this game in particular, but you got to just be like, here, play every minute of the game, Anthony.
Let Mike Conley run the ball and have Ant do a lot of cutting and then give him the ball and let him play a little ISO. That's like all you got.
Mike Conley has always been a wonderful distributor. Even when he was on Memphis, great distributor.
He is the all-time leading scorer in Memphis Grizzlies history.
That's a cool stat.
Fun fact. Random fact for you right there.
Random fact, Vince, everybody.
Oh, what a thunk. I'm often equipped with those. But yeah, so we'll see what happens tonight. We'll see if Steph Curry matters, but
Steph Curry definitely matters.
Yeah, I'm just saying enough where they're going to lose. One thing I will say is I don't think any of these series are ending in 5. They're going to be a 6 or a 7 game. Maybe for the Cavs Pacers if the Cavs really just give up already.
Cavs Pacers, that's the one series I could see potentially ending in 5. Now, we would be remiss, Vince, if we didn't call out the homer who was playing in Tuesday night's game for the Warriors. Do you know who this person is?
No. The homer? Like Chicago area guy?
Yeah.
Oh, is it the white dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his name. Pat Spencer?
I think it's Pat Spencer.
He
played for Northwestern.
Yes.
Pat Spencer.
Goofy looking fella.
Goofy looking guy.
Yeah.
Transferred. Actually, fun fact, Pat Spencer is the arguably statistically highest rated collegiate lacrosse player in NCAA history.
What the hell? And he's a basketball player? No, he's a basketball player.
And he's a basketball player. Okay. Went from, I believe, U of I to Maryland, then to Northwestern. 2-sport athlete, NCAA lacrosse legend.
Oh my
Pat
God.
Spencer. Yeah. How about that for facts?
This guy's wild. He went to Loyola too, I guess.
Yes, Loyola. So Chicago guy, you got
Loyola, Maryland. Loyola, Maryland.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did complete his college career at Northwestern and is notably the best college lacrosse player of the past decade.
More you know. They had the draft the other day for college lacrosse.
They have a draft for that?
Yeah, the PLL, Professional Lacrosse League. Trying to grow that shit.
That exists?
Yes, sir.
Maybe we could become just like how we tried to become the XFL official podcast, which I don't think the XFL.
Then we realized like the XFL is like fucking ugh.
How much longer does the XFL have, by the way?
Well, now that it's like, isn't it subsidized by the NFL or something like that? It's like a minor league thing.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably stick around for a while. Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Who cares?
Well, your thoughts for game 2 of the Timberwolves Warriors. What do you think?
I think the Timberwolves win it. I just, it's a dragon without a head right now for the Warriors. I think like maybe they'll drop one if they're away and then they'll come back and probably win one at home. I think it'll probably be 2-2 by the end of 4 games.
Okay. I like it. Now, let's go down a road less travel, shall we?
Let's go. Let's talk about some hockey. And again, this is our caveat. We don't watch hockey that much. I've watched a tiny little bit of hockey this year. As far as the playoffs are concerned, a couple game 7s last week was very fun. Winnipeg beats St. Louis. Dallas beats Colorado. We're in a situation now where we have a couple Canadian teams still available. What would your opinion be if there was a Canada on Canada Stanley Cup?
I would just really love to see the Maple Leafs make the finals.
But imagine it's them versus Winnipeg, and it's like Canada's going to finally win one, and they haven't done it in a long time.
Is that possible?
Yeah, we can do Winnipeg versus Toronto.
Well, the Oilers are in it too, and they're in Edmonton.
Yeah,
so
or it could be Edmonton versus Toronto.
That could be, I think, a thing, right? I don't know how the divisions work exactly.
Yeah, I think that Edmonton can beat. Oh, it's a tie game with 12 seconds left, Mike.
With who?
The Knicks and Boston are tied with 12 seconds left right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ. This is big. And the Knicks are up 1 with 12 seconds left. All right, we will keep you.
We're a hockey podcast.
Posted it down right now. I just looked I got a text from my brother, and I looked to the left, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. They were up like
Once again, we just said.
Oh, block. Oh, block. Oh, block. Oh, game over.
The Celtics lost?
They lost again.
Oh, my goodness.
Shit.
Our prediction was horribly wrong.
Shit,
live on
dude.
this podcast.
Oh, my God.
Live reaction. We need to clip this.
Dude. Mikal Bridges. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. I love playoff basketball. I love this so much, dude. Oh, that's just phenomenal. That's just phenomenal. Anyway, so, yeah, the Celtics are down 2. Celtics are down 2.
Okay, back to hockey. I would love to see the Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup because they're an original, and they're actually the only original in this Stanley Cup final series. So
yes,
in the playoffs right now for hockey. So I would love to see that.
A couple storylines to watch that for sure. You got Ovechkin on his old man train right now. No one expected the Capitals to be at this level still, and they're still here, so that's kind of exciting. I don't want to see Carolina win. I don't want to see Florida win. I don't want to see Dallas win. Those aren't hockey towns. I don't want to see
hockey towns. No,
I don't want to see Texas win something. I don't want to see Florida win another one. In my heart of hearts, it would be a Toronto versus Edmonton playoffs just because the colors would be cool, and it would be all Canada. Winnipeg can do that too, the Jets, but I'm more of an Edmonton guy, I guess. And Toronto wins it all. But what do we know from past experiences? Toronto's probably not going to win it all. Probably not going to win it all.
Well, a lot of people feel that's the case, but then again, maybe it's history. Maybe it's
They
time.
don't win, but maybe it's time for them to win.
Don't forget the Vegas Knights. Granted, being down 2-0 to Edmonton right now, they may have a shot because Vegas is good, even though they're
always
expansion
good.
Team.
They're fucking always
good. Day one.
It's very weird how they're always good. Like the beginning of it.
Their first year as an expansion team, they won a finals. It's crazy.
We have another hockey update. Utah picked a name.
What's their name?
So they were the Utah Hockey Club. No, they're the Mammoth. I think a singular Mammoth.
Okay.
Utah Mammoth. I think it's just a singular. Let's see.
Like a Willy Mammoth?
Yeah, like Utah. Yeah, like woolly mammoth. Yeah. Mammoth, no S. You'd think it'd be the Mammoths. Like Bulls.
Ice Age Mammoth?
That's like, yeah, it's like a foreign guy being a Chicago Bulls fan. He's like, oh, I like Chicago Bull. I'm a fan of Chicago Bull. That's literally, why is there no S?
Big Mammoth fan. Mammoth fan.
I like Utah Mammoth. I like that.
Utah Mammoth, Chicago Bull. Would you like to get Euro with me later?
Wait, so the team is just one big mammoth? They're not a collective amount of mammoths?
They're not a plural. They're not mammoths.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
like San Francisco
mammoths?
Giant?
That would
Los Angeles Dodger?
The Giants. Yeah, no.
Yeah. New York Yankee?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Can't just be. No, it got to be
Chicago
plural.
Bear? One bear?
Yeah. That's all it would be, right?
Yeah. Dude, this is weird. I don't like that. Utah
Chicago White Sox? They would just be one white sock.
Yeah, and then it would be CK. It's gross. Yeah, that's like, I mean, I get it for like Avalanche, right? Because that's like a storm.
A literal event.
Yeah, but
a hurricane,
Mammoth
Carolina,
is one,
right? That's a hurricane. There could be multiple people in a hurricane.
Is it like, that's a mammoth man right there? Like, is it an adjective?
Maybe they're more.
Noun?
What is their logo? Do you got a logo on this?
Yes,
Do you see a logo?
It's actually pretty sick. in my
Let's
humble
see it.
opinion.
I want to see the mammoth.
I'm
Although, if
popping
you
this
think
baby
about it,
open.
maybe they took a page out of the book of the Seattle Kraken, because once they're not Krakens,
true, they are
they're
a crack.
Kraken.
They
They're
are
the
a singular
Kraken.
Kraken.
They're a singular Kraken, but then again, a Kraken has a lot of tentacles.
Yeah, true. So all of them are
Right?
tentacles. I think that's a sick logo.
That's a sick logo.
Yeah.
That looks like a pre-generated logo, though, you see in like EA games.
Yeah, like if you're like expansion franchise in Madden or 2K or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think it's kind of cool, and all you need to do for this is like just keep it for a little bit, and then everybody just gets used to it.
It's a sick logo.
Yeah.
Down with the mammoth.
It just should be an S.
I think there should be more of them. There should be more than one mammoth. We should pluralize mammoth.
Yeah, I don't think a singular mammoth is going to beat a whole team full of Blackhawks. It's just they've brought down a shit ton of people in the past, Or like a mammoth versus a hurricane. Okay. Maybe a bunch of mammoths. One mammoth versus a hurricane?
One mammoth versus a hurricane? One mammoth versus an avalanche?
Would be the case. They should change their name to the Ice Age, like some other team. So then the Ice Age can take out the mammoths again.
What if they were the Utah John Smith?
I think they're going to steer clear from the Mormons.
What if they were the Utah polygamy? What if that was...
It's just the amount of people you like to have sex with.
It's just like a bunch of white women in a row.
Yeah.
Just
what do you lean? Sister wives type shit? Come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess like we'd want to see the Maple Leafs win, but I just want to see Canada win one. I don't really care for any of these other teams except for Washington. It'd be cool to see Ovechkin win 2. He'd probably retire after that.
It would be cool to see a gray-haired Ovechkin win.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see a gray-haired Ovechkin do it.
Yeah. And we owed you guys hockey this week. So
there's hockey.
Should we hop on NFL real quick? We really only one update unless you got something else, but
yeah, let's talk about the NFL. So this morning, if you woke up and you're in the Twitter world, morning Twitter world.
Hello, Twitter world. Rest in hell, sir.
Rest in wherever he is in OJ.
Yeah.
In OJ world.
Yeah.
Purgatory.
That's what I was thinking of.
Purgatory. He's just floating somewhere. Just be like, I swear I didn't do it, guys.
It's like, we still don't know. We still don't know.
God's just like, we still don't know. He's really cool, though.
I didn't see the camera footage. He did a Wheaties commercial. Like, I don't really know.
We don't know. Remember that one interview? He's like,
yeah, dude.
It's like,
and then what he thought was a joke, and he starts stabbing.
Remember when he robbed everybody and held them at gunpoint for all his memorabilia? And everybody was like, oh, that was a whole thing. Yeah, robbed people back for his memorabilia, held them at gunpoint.
Wow.
Somehow got off.
He's OJ.
He is the Teflon OJ.
Yeah, Teflon. What is it? Orenthal, right?
Teflon, yeah.
No, but what is
J. Simpson?
Orenthal James or John or something like that? All right, anyway.
Yeah. Either way, George Pickens got traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a third and a fifth round pick.
It's Groundhog Day, Mike. It's Groundhog Day.
What is it with the Steelers and just they could care less about the wide receiver talent? They're just like, you know what? You're a pain in the ass. You're out.
You know what it is that Mike Tomlin has the keen ability to keep diva wide receivers at bay. Keen ability.
Bubbles up.
It starts bubbling up. He's like, all right, I'm done with them. Get Antonio Brown out of here. Get George Pickens out of here. Have him go to Dallas. He's going to treat that a lot better.
Don't forget Martavis Bryant.
Yeah,
because Martavis Bryant was great.
Yeah.
For a long period of time with Big Ben, and the Steelers were like, fuck him, he's gone.
Yeah, and they always end up finding another one.
San Antonio Holmes, gone.
Yep. And
it's impressive.
I don't really blame him because it was going to be Mason Rudolph or Will Howard this year or Skylar Thompson.
I just still believe. I have a real belief that this is going to be Aaron Rodgers.
There's one, there's no other spot. And two, it's just waiting for him to make a decision. And supposedly it's very complex is what they've talked about. It's just like at some point, like they're already at camp now.
Well, the Kentucky Derby happened last weekend. Can't forget that. And he was at the Kentucky Derby being seen via the Daily Mail with a wedding ring.
On?
And and with it on, he said, I have found the love of my life and I'm ready to settle down and have a family. And we'll see. It has to be on my terms if I'm going to come back and play. I may just retire. Now, that's the Daily Mail. Not a wonderful source. He's such a diva. I don't know why any NFL team would want to.
He's such a dingus, dude. It's like, why do you want to? If he was still playing at an MVP level, then yes. He was so bad on the Jets. Like, why would you want that?
There were flashes of it, but the perfect situation. The perfect situation needs to be there. He needs to have the perfect offensive line and protection scheme to make sure that he's clean. And not only that, he needs to have at least 2 weapons, which he would have with the Steelers with Freiermuth. And now you have big boy. God, what's his name? Why is it slipping me at the moment?
Their draft?
Seahawks wide receiver who's now
DK. DK.
DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
So you got DK, you got Freiermuth, you got a pretty good running game. Caleb Johnson's going to be a dog for them.
I agree.
Or who knows? Maybe they just play old school football, punch you in the mouth on defense and run the football every other play, and Will Howard just throws checkdowns all season.
Calvin Austin, pretty good. Robert Woods, pretty good. You know, you can do something.
Got some veteran talent. You got some young talent. I could see it working. Your head coach is Mike Tomlin. You're still going to be in some sort of contention.
That's kind of the thought. But
it would be so funny if when the Jets play the Steelers, Justin Fields just comes out and gets aced by Tomlin because he knows all of his quirks and how bad he is. And Will Howard just checks and dinks and dunks the whole game and wins.
No, fuck Will Howard.
I think Will Howard's going to be halfway decent at the next level. I
don't want him
Will
to be
Howard,
successful. I just don't want to see it.
You want to know the vibe Will Howard gives?
The Purdy?
Cousins. I get big Kirk Cousins vibes with him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's not out of bounds to say that Kirk Cousins does become a Pittsburgh Steeler before the end of the season.
I agree. He's going to get sent somewhere. I could definitely see that.
And I could see Pittsburgh using that 3rd and 5th round pick to be like, all right, Atlanta, we'll split the difference with you on this contract and let's get him.
Maybe that's the move. Maybe they needed to get a couple more picks, get that move going.
Little parlay action.
I can see Cousins playing pretty well in Pittsburgh as well. So that's possible.
Running game, cold, good defense, put him back out on the field. But Kirk Cousins is going to have those games where he reminds you he's great.
Yeah.
Then he's also going to have those games where he throws 4 picks and a half.
100%. He's also way more healthy after that ACL. That was ACL, right? Hamstring?
No. It was a Achilles.
Oh, yeah. But he is way more healthy of that now than he was going into the season.
I don't feel like you're ever the same after an injury like that.
100%.
Who you are, what you do.
Yeah, but healthier than he was in the week 1 of last year. No denying that. Like he said it himself. He wasn't even fully healthy when he went and played. He was just afraid of Penix.
What's so interesting about Atlanta right now is that they seemingly are just like, okay, we're decent on offense, defense.
Yeah.
And they just went defense everything this draft. They drafted 3 edge rushers, 2 safeties. Like they were just like defense.
They literally went old Tampa Bay Bucks. They're like, we got a couple guys in the back. We're kind of set up there. Let's just fill our defense with something psycho and then get it going. Kind of like it. Kind of respect it.
So, big topics coming out of Chicago right now. Why did the Bears choose Colson Loveland over Tyler Warren?
Because he's better.
Is he?
Tyler Warren are saying
won major awards.
I know.
Not necessarily.
Colson Loveland didn't have a quarterback. Tyler Warren got past every single time. Colson Loveland didn't have a quarterback. He was very good 2 years ago. I understand where it comes from. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I think that's what it was because Colson Loveland is, faster, bigger.
Other talks bubbling up about the Chicago Bears. A lot of people are saying they might reunite Nick Chubb and DeAndre Swift in Chicago, the former Georgia boys.
Yeah.
Shot or no shot? Buying it, not buying
it. Definitely shot. Don't know if I like it, but definitely shot. They're going to
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pull a David Kaplan. Like, where the hell did that come from? I have shot or no shot. The Cubs are going to the World Series.
No shot. Yeah, but there's definitely a chance of that. I think they're going to bring in another running back of some ilk, but I don't know. Nick Chubb, very good when he's good. It's just he was very injured. He was unbelievably injured.
He's very injured. He can jump out of the gym. Physical freak, but it's just how long is he going to be on the field?
100%.
With that running style.
Yeah.
What is cool, if you check the Bears website right now and you look at their depth chart, 0.
Yeah. I saw the most annoying video yesterday. It literally pissed me off. It's like, Caleb Williams is no longer the starter in Chicago. And then 1 minute through the video, he's like, if you look at the Bears depth chart, Ben Johnson didn't list anybody on the depth chart. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, what is this news? He's clearly the starter. He's clearly the starter. Ben Johnson,
like the guy from Mother Russia with a Bears podcast.
Yeah.
If you look at Bears depth chart, Tyler Warren, he's hip. What's his name?
Colson Loveland?
Bagent.
Oh, Tyson Bagent, yeah.
Bagent is going to be starter day one.
Just like, dude, shut up. It pissed me off so much. I hated
Chicago sports radio is famous for the reaches. I really tell you, we should try Bagent out. And this Caleb kid, I don't think he's got it. The painting the fingernails and this and that.
Stupid. It's just dumb, man. It's just dumb.
What's also great is how many people mispronounce Ashton Genty calling into sports radio. It's my favorite thing.
What did I say, Genty?
Alston Genter. I tell you, this guy out of Boise is great.
Alston Genter. Yeah, you listen to a lot more of like the Chicago-based radio than I do. You get a lot more of that.
It's just so much fun. I giggle.
It is. I know. They just piss me off. I'm like, how are we all so dumb as like a race? Respectfully, I love all of you, but like sometimes dudes calling in are just like, I don't think it's the same demo that's calling into our shit, but like, what do we?
It's half the fun though. I tell you what. But
I know, but it's just called. It's like, let me tell you something about this running back, bud. You know, like he runs the ball. He runs downfield. You see this Rutgers guy? He might be the best guy in the league in 2 years. You ever see it?
God, if I hear more hype around Kyle Monungai or whatever the hell his name.
He doesn't go down and he doesn't fumble. I like that.
Against the bottom of the barrel Big Ten talent. Like,
but they're Big Ten. They're Big Ten running back.
I get it. It's
Give me one. Okay. Dude, Caleb Johnson, Monungai.
There's a lot of great Big Ten running back talent.
Doesn't fumble, scores. Both of them do it. And they're in the Big Ten. 4 things similar. You're welcome.
All right.
Same guy. We got the same guy in the 7th round, dude. We got the same guy.
It's the Bears. All right. So Bears are going to bear. If you got a thought about that, call it in 312-725-2107.
Yeah.
And as always, people, wherever you get your podcasts, that's where we are. So make sure you are following, subscribing, like it, share it to a friend, share it to a brother, share it to a sister, share it to a brother from another mother. Maybe you got a nephew. Maybe you got a niece. They like the sports. Give it to them to listen to. Let the kids know we're here. Maybe not certain episodes because that's not necessarily appropriate, but they're of age. Do it. And then as always,
you listen first.
As always, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Talking Tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know. Jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.